was last live. So obviously a bit better form than it was Saturday. It was a bit up in the head Saturday. Not going to lie to you. Bit all over the place. Let's put it that way. A bit more calm. Let's put it that way. Which is always a good thing. To be a bit more calmer. Calmer, same thing. So yeah. I do think I mentioned it Saturday. I might have actually mentioned it. So we got another Christmas card from Fiona and her family. So that was the children of family. So thanks very much, Fiona. I know that I only got I met the emailer that say it came. It came last week, but with the whole shebang happened Friday. You know, I literally lost my train of thought altogether what I was doing. But thanks very much, Fiona, for sending. Hello, Dave. How are you doing? Are we looking forward to Christmas? Only 5 more sleeps. I'll take a drop of my tea. Dun 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 bum 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 bum. Hello, Gizmo. Is your tree up? It is. Check my community tab. I have a picture of it. I actually just put it up there when I came home. So if you look at my community tab, there's a nice picture up on it. So yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce the name. Gizmo, to be totally honest with you, first of all. I presume I don't really know. To be totally honest with you, what country that name originates from. You know. I don't even know how to say it. To be totally honest with you, I tried to say it, but I couldn't say it. You know, I'm not able. You know, it's a thing. Oh, but it's good as it can get. Yeah, it could be a bit better. We probably will get another tree at some point, because we did have that tree for probably the last 5 years. So I say we probably will get one maybe next year. We buy a new one. So we'll see how we go. Even though there's nothing really wrong with it, but it's just a change. I would thankfully, you know, as I say, it didn't hurt anybody, so that's the main thing. He didn't kill anybody or stab anybody. But as I say earlier on, he should never have been allowed to get bail. First of all, he should never have been allowed going around with a meat cleaver when you get bail. You know, he obviously had ill intentions. So I don't really know what's the story with him particularly. I find out more soon about it. I say. Thank you, David, for that. Like we do change it every once in a while too with the tree. Like there's teddies underneath it. We often put a few one side. This year we just put them all together. Oh no, but not even that. Like the bail shouldn't even be an option. Let's put that way. Like he should be remanded in custody until the trial, because the trial is in some time in January after the New Year. So I presume the first week or so. That's what I'm presuming. So he's basically let out until then, and probably won't the trial be adjourned or whatever. But he shouldn't really be going around with a meat cleaver and getting out. Like even though he has to sign on and stuff, but you know, what's to stop him getting another one? That's what I'm trying to say. Because if he done it in the first place, he's going to do it. He could do it again. Yeah. But anyway, we're not worried about it, I suppose. Hello, Adam. How you doing? This link to the best US streamer. Oh, he's a streamer. I won't be able to look at the link now, but what's that? Sorry, in the email. What does he do? I presume he makes waffles or cooking and stuff. Like what does he do? I suppose in terms of YouTube, does he go vlogging or you know? It's probably a bit different than what I'd be doing, I suppose. He just talks to us. Well, that's good. So it's pretty much just kind of what really I do, but it's kind of more politics, I suppose. That's cool. Hello, Sean. I just got your email there before, just literally before I went live. I just seen it. I was thinking that. Yeah, I was thinking that you went into your spam. New kettle? No, no, we don't really need a new kettle. We have enough kettles. There's one here, and then there's the one we used to have here, which there's not really any need for kettles. There's no need for that. So, new kettles yet, anyway. No, that's no bother. Yeah, I was thinking that, but that's okay. But I can still send you one now. It probably will be there, because the post is working. If you want, you can email me later on. But I can still send you one. I was going to reply back to you, but I said you'd probably turn up anyway for the stream. Um, I can still send you one because the post is going. I think it's even going Sunday, so I can send you one very quickly if you want me. I could have it in the post in the morning. It's up to you. I don't whatever you want, John. Like it's still basically still time, and we have a good few left. That's what, if you wish. What am I doing here now? Grand. This thing is just being a nuisance. There's a thing I'm downloading on my computer and it's taking donkey's years. I think it just loses connection then just reconnects. It's just awful. Fucking ads. Yeah, no budget. I can get that sorted. Because the post is working, because I was talking to the postman, one of the postmen in the town. And he was saying about them working Saturday, and I think he said Sunday too. Because see, this is the busiest time of the year. People be giving, it's the busiest week of the year, and Post is making a good few bob. Also, it doesn't appear, like you said the other day, yeah, that's what I was saying, so, hello Myers. Actually, funny story. This is my last day today at work. I'm not back to the 15th of January. I might become a TD in the doll. Because I'm not back until the 15th of January. Because I tell you, I was actually given an extension. Basically, they said I've done too much this year. So basically, they're saying I have another week off. That's basically what they're giving out of it. Because basically, I've done too much. I've done too much work. And they're saying I have. So basically, I'm off from today into the 15th of January. But I'm going to make use of myself. I'm going to be doing things in it. It's well for some, but I'll still be doing things. I'm not going to be sitting here looking at the wall. I'm going to be moving. I have still things to do and stuff like that. So, but the rest of them are all back. I think I don't know what day they're back. The first, and then it must be midweek or something. I think. But I have an extra week. I think. No, I know. I have an extra because literally they've shown it to me. Because I have a slip saying that I've been given this time off with the overseer. No, I won't be looking at it. But I shouldn't have used that statement. I didn't mean literally looking at the wall. I didn't mean literally. Oh yeah, but just to say, you were saying about you were talking to a fellow from Cavan, and somebody did say that to me too. That it was something to do with drugs and stuff like that. It doesn't seem to be the case now, to be totally honest. The Anglos have kind of blew a hole in that theory. Let's put it that way. It doesn't seem to be the case because you're not the first person to say it. I mean, there was 2 or 3 other people said it, but it doesn't seem to be the case with the name. It doesn't seem to be. Maybe it was drugs, but it doesn't seem to be. I don't know. Did you see the community post? But I'm not going to say too much about it. Actually, speaking about drugs too, they see something like 20 million drugs in Limerick or something like that. Yeah, had a look at the community poster because I can't even. I would say the name, but I literally can't pronounce it. So unless maybe it had something to do with drugs, but if somebody said it to me and said it was somebody called. I'm not going to say the name obviously because the person is not the person. Let's put it that way. I was going to say the name, they're lucky I didn't. But they said it was some person from the town. He was high on drugs or whatever, and he was from Cavan. He was born in Cavan and stuff, and he lived in Cavan all his life. But it doesn't seem to be the case because what I was told was a different name to what is there, basically. So it must be somebody else they're talking about. And you're not the again. You said about well, two other people came up to me and said that. But the vast majority of people were saying it was not somebody from Cavan and stuff like that. That's literally the vast majority, and everybody seemed to be white. You know, in what I'm seeing and what the Anglo Set have said, it seems to be correct. That it doesn't seem like it's somebody from Cavan. At least what I'm looking at. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But by the name alone, I don't know. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, like Colorado, I've seen that, but they probably will enforce it because everybody's given to give out with it. But yeah, have a look at the community post. I put a picture up on the community post about it. The Anglos had to kind of say something about it. So only for that we would be still here speculating. So at least just going by what I'm going by, you get what I'm saying. But we don't know what his circumstances is. Is he here or on a visa? Or what's the story? We don't know yet what's all that story yet. We don't really know all the details yet. But we find out soon because it's good that we have a name now. We know what he had. He had a meat cleaver and it wasn't a machete. Well, and he had a knife along with it. So maybe it was a machete. He had a knife, but who knows? Wished. Yeah, like no, but I think they will force the thing for Donald Trump because I don't think they're going to do that because Vic Ramaswamy and stuff are giving out. So yeah, meat cleaver he had, and he had a knife too. So obviously, let's be fair. When you go around with knives running around the streets, you know, I don't think you have the best intentions. Let's put it that way. Like it was reported first that it was a machete, so maybe he had a machete with him because he did have a knife. It did say he had a knife. So, and along with a machete, along with a fucking meat cleaver. So, I don't know, maybe that was something that was over exaggerated, that a machete or something. Or maybe some people got confused and stuff like that, with terms of knives and stuff like that. Because see, when these things happen, people get a bit over exaggerated and stuff like that. That's why I said, I'm not going to make a video straight away on it. I wait until I hear more before I say something. Because to be totally honest, if I made a video that Friday night when I heard about it originally, we didn't have much to go on. So, yeah, let's try and explain, but don't go into huge detail individually. Hello, Fiona. I got your Christmas card. Again, apologies about not emailing you because last week was a bit hectic. I think I got it Friday morning or something. I can't really remember, but there was that much going on Friday. It was just too much. The too much going on. But thank you very much for your card and your nice message, and I appreciate it. And I seen your video. You sent me clips, I suppose we call them, from a Gardo escort. I don't know. It's something European Union. It's somebody from the EU, anyway. So it's probably some prime minister or something to visit. I didn't really, I didn't really look at the flags, but I presume it's some kind of head of state. I didn't really see the European Union flag, I think. So whoever was here, I suppose it was probably somebody here. That's where someone could, some world leader. Well, not world leader, but somebody important anyway, let's put that. But the good thing, Sean, I just say go back to the thing. I thought the only reason why they mentioned it, and I have to be totally honest with you, only for the social media, like being posted on Facebook and Twitter about it, there would have been nothing said about it. Let's put it that way. There might have been a mention of it, but the Northern Sound and the Anglo South. The only reason why they mentioned it, because the only reason why they mentioned it, because people knew about it. It was the main thing that was talked about. Literally, I went into work Monday just gone by, and everybody literally was talking about it. Literally everywhere. When I went to a cafe for a cup of tea at lunchtime, and you could hear people around you talking about it. And stuff like that. Like people were talking about it. So basically, they couldn't really just fucking sit there and say nothing, because they were kind of, they had to kind of say something. The local media and stuff. Because if they didn't, it wouldn't look quite bad on them because, literally everybody was talking about it. The only people that wouldn't talk was the mainstream media and stuff like that. So it looked very bad. So I don't know, but definitely on Garda Síochána O'Connell, not the most reliable people, because there was an incident. I talked about it briefly in the video released earlier on. I'll go into more detail soon on it. But it's to do with an incident I talked about it a while ago too, in October. You know, it is. Not many people know really what happened. I suppose there's a lot of rumors and stuff, but well, it's pretty serious and what happened. But the Gaudi have basically been tight-lipped about it. So we have to kind of push for answers and terms of that, because basically people have been ignored. So that's probably been covered up, or either that or they're not bothered to investigate it. Let's put it that way. So we had to figure out what happened there. I suppose too. That was filmed yesterday at Kilmainham, the Royal Hospital. It was the President's Honor Guard. That was who it was. The way Michael Higgins, you have motorcycles, the Army Motorcycle Wing, or whatever they call themselves. They escort the President around, but they're used for dignitaries too. Along with Garda Síochána O'Connell, of course. On Garda Síochána O'Connell. Oh, what have I clicked on? I zoomed in. Excuse me. Okay, I might have fucked it up the article. No, that's okay. That's alright. I zoomed in on the thing. I shouldn't have kind of clicked it there. As long as it's not zoomed in, hopefully zoomed in. This yoke has pissed me off. Excuse my language, but it literally pissed me off. Saturday coming, of course. Saturday's coming. He's coming all the way from Lapland. What am I doing here? Dun, dun. I hate this. This thing's just driving me to mana. I'm turning it off for the moment. I'm just kind of. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know yet. We have to see what happens. So we don't know what could happen yet in terms of it. But I presume it looked quite bad. Like at the moment in time, it looks bad that they give them bail. So and there's a lot of uproar about it, and a lot of people are giving out to the councils and TDs, and rightly so, that the person like this. So basically, you can go around the country with a meat cleaver, and you can get bail and just be let off with it, basically. So we have to kind of do some prison time for it. Like you couldn't really just let him off with it. Let's put that way. But the judges would try their best. Let's put that way. Because it seemed like in this case the judge tried his best to basically just let him go scot-free. Because even the Garda sergeant and stuff said on no grounds should we let him out, basically, to the public, back under the public. And they advised the judge not to. And the judge was like, nope, I'm doing it my way, fuck you. So in fairness to Garda's going to go, at least they said to the judge, no, we shouldn't let this fellow out. He's a danger to the public. But the judge was like, nope. So, isn't it great? The judges have our best intentions at heart. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I think it'd just be chilling. The Italians. I'm not going to do anything exciting now. Just chill out, I suppose. We do kind of nothing really at Christmas. We don't do anything fancy. That's fine. So that'll be it. I might do a stream. We see how we go. I can't promise that, but we see how we go. Also, in the Anglo South too, I know this is opening another can of worms, kind of to talk about it, because there's a lot to kind of digest the last day or two. So at the moment in time, now just hear me out for a second. So I talked many times about Curtil and Celtic Cavan, the White Horse particularly. I'm sure many people have seen videos and stuff. So 2 weeks ago, I don't know who was it said by the local authority or who was it said by, but they were saying they weren't going to put refugees into the White Horse in Curtil. And now they've done a U-turn, it seems, and they said, "Yeah, we're going to fire more in. We're going to put them in." You know, so I don't know who was it said, but I have to look into that because I remember somebody saying that 3 weeks ago. So I don't know, was it the people that are putting them in, whatever, whoever's over that, the Department of Integration. And they said they weren't going to do it. But now it seems that they're going to ram them in, regardless of people could like it or love. The way the government are looking at it at the moment. They're not going to listen to them, even though they're there. At this stage, they must be there 60 weeks, 70 weeks nearly at this stage. They're there nearly every Sunday. And not even one council or TD would go out of the way to go and talk to any of them. But long story short is, the government seemed like they were just going to fire them in there, along with. So it shouldn't be the case, because people don't want a refugee sector. So, it should not be happening. And then obviously there's up here in West Cavan, not too far away from here, about 30 minutes away from here. You probably often heard of Castle Saunderson. I'm sure Sean probably has heard of Castle Saunderson. It's kind of a culture place and nice forestry and stuff around. It's an old castle too. The talking about putting them in there too. I can actually get the article up. But it doesn't seem like they're doing it right here right now. It might be after Christmas, as far as I know. Also, I have something to say about the GEA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the back fucking Noah, Castle Saunderson. Well, not with the back fucking Noah, but you know what I'm saying. It's like Castle Tower and Cavan. You just put them in the back end of Noah. Like whatever about Cotillion, that's in the middle of the town, the White Horse, like in the middle of the place, just be up the churches. The church is right in front of you there. But still, nonetheless, the majority of people could do what it. It's up as that. So, yeah, excuse my language, sorry. But you get upset and annoyed when you see these kind of things. I do, because particularly because the Cotillion situation. People are not happy. They're there for every Sunday for a few hours, just protest, not causing any trouble or anything. They're just protesting, making their opinion, and none of them want, no councillor, no TD, as far as I'm aware, because I know a few people have even bothered to go, even just to say hello. We're listening. We acknowledge that you're upset and stuff like that. But not one of them, as far as I'm aware, have bothered to go down and see him. So give me 2 seconds. There's a lot of questions being thrown at me. Hello, World Truth. Sorry, I meant to say hello to you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're looking forward to Christmas. So I get the article. Sorry, there's that much happening at the moment. And everybody's literally asking me questions. Can you imagine walking along and seeing the good? Yeah, so I would say they're probably going to close Castle Saunders, and if that happens, I don't think they're going to let random members of the public turn up. Hello, Aaron. How are we doing? Happy. I hope you're keeping well. Yeah, like it's crazy stuff now. I actually find out now. I actually don't know myself. I've only briefly seen it earlier on this article, so we find out now together. So it's the Department of Integration. Yeah, I thought it was the local tower. So a few weeks ago. So yeah, they say it's Ukrainian. Several dozen mean, Ukrainians. We're due to arrive last week, but they changed it. Yeah, so it was supposed to arrive last week, so it'll probably be sometime. It will be probably now anyway. Like it was supposed to arrive last week, but they seem to be hellbound to going to do it anyway. Um, so yeah, I'm just trying to read it through myself because I didn't really see it too much. It was more focused on the article with relation to last week. Uh, so they're talking about 66 people in Castle Saunderson. Uh, Now it doesn't say if they're men. It doesn't say if they're from. It says Ukrainians, but you know, you know yourself. I don't know about the White Horse. It doesn't say. So yeah, it was said last. This is literally the. So back in October, I remember this. So back in October, a spokesman for Cavan County Council said they're not like I remember this too. I talked about it at the time. I only briefly mentioned in one of my videos, but the spokesman for Cavan County Council said there was no discussion with the local authority to do with housing refugees in uh, Castle Saunderson. So it seems to be, you know, it seems like it's just they're doing a complete U-turn. This is so yeah, they're doing a complete U-turn. I knew a few weeks ago they did say something else too. I can't remember who was it. There's that many fucking government organisations and stuff. You get your head light listening to them. But there was something said a few weeks ago. I remember hearing about it. Yeah, let me see. So yeah, so this was last week, not 3 weeks ago. This was last week. The Department of Integration said that the White Horse, and this is in contagious to say, said that it was not up for consideration that they would put people into it. And they just in a week they've done a complete U-turn, 160 U-turn. So you know, the kind of I don't know, and I wouldn't mind, but these probably put in the middle of the night. They're just going to land them in the middle of the night. Uh, yeah, we all can know that's what we're kind of afraid of. I suppose that's what everybody's afraid of. Just people being thrown in the middle of the night that say they're from Ukraine and they're thrown out to be from Timbuktu. Like it's the same in Ballyshannon there, you know. Like it was all six. It was all men. Um, Even though every day in the news we're hearing women and children, women and children, women and children, you know, I don't know. Especially because people have just been gaslight at this stage. Like they couldn't, like in that instance in Ballyshannon, take for example, the councillors and TDs couldn't say. They said they're not likely to come. Basically, that's what we said. But they said they could come. You know, there's still no, they still haven't said no. Basically, they probably will turn up some night. They just be thrown out. Pretty much the time for fun games are literally are over now. So yeah, I want to just read about this. Uh, as in, yeah, so they're currently reviewing the White Horse and Cattell. But even though last week they said that it wasn't, you know, they're kind of just fucking around to be totally honest. Um, so yeah, sorry, excuse me. It's 45 weeks since the protest that started in Cattell every Sunday. So that 45 weeks and none of the and not as far as I'm aware now. Correct me if I'm wrong because I know some that's often was down in the protests. Um, Then not one council or TD has bothered to turn up in them 45 weeks, so they must be very busy. But as far as I'm aware, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. Uh, yeah, so it's what? They're looking for a liquor license, the White House. What? They're going to sell them liquor. Are they? Oh, that's going to end well. Uh, that's what it says here. So unless I'm reading this wrong, because remember I'm fucking a dunce. Excuse my language. Uh, Last month, I'm not going to mention the name here, but the owner of the White House was successfully uh, in applying for a liquor license for the landmark hotel, the White Horse. Uh, the business has been running since 1965. Yeah, told the Cavan Circuit Court that the hotel was going. Yeah, I don't really know what that. I don't know whether smoking something they had at all. Because it doesn't say, but apparently they did apply for a liquor license, which is probably going to end well. Um, but yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen there yet. We have to wait and see, I suppose. Uh, what have I missed? Sorry, I was too busy yapping on though. Did I miss any? I seen. Yeah, there's a lot of loopholes, but you kind of see here they're kind of fucking around. Like they're not answering the question, they're just kind of fucking around at the Department of Immigration and stuff. Like they're kind of saying one thing and then doing the other thing. Like last week they said it wasn't up for consideration. Now this week they have a different tune. Like at this stage, just make up your mind: are you going to use the building or not? Like don't be gaslighting people into saying, "Oh, we could at any moment we could say we're going to take this building." You know, even though people have been protesting 45 weeks, uh, and they don't care. As simple as that. The government don't care. But I do think the Catil, the White Horse, it probably will be because it's there's a huge opposition to it, I suppose, in Catil. Whatever about Castle Saunderson. Because again, it's kind of there's not many people around Castle Saunderson. There's a few houses and stuff. I was there many times. There's a few, but it's not in the middle of a town. But so there'll be probably huge opposition in Catil about it. Um, because I think even there's not even a doctor in Catil. I might be wrong, but I don't think there's even. I think there's only a part-time doctor. So, like, who's going to take care of these people too? Because you need to ask yourself too. And it's not even that the Gouda station's not even open at all, and so the Gouda you have to come from the town or available if something happened. Yeah, but that's what everybody's worried about. Because they're saying one thing and then the other thing happens. That's what I'm saying. So, it'd be different if they just said it straight up, we're just housing loads of men. Like, it's the fact they're saying, oh, it's women and children. How dare you question this? It's women and children and all that. But at the end of the day, we see time and time again, the kind of it's only people fucking them over. There's only people going out and filming people coming off a bus and stuff like that. It's not looking good for them. That's fine. But yeah, definitely 100%. I have to say it. It should not be allowed to be done to house refugees and Catilla. Simple as that. Whatever about Castle Saunderson, we have to wait and see what the local people around their area say. I haven't heard much from them yet. I know one person that doesn't live too far away from Castle Saunderson. I probably will be talking to him soon about it to see what the locals want. So we see what happens there. But definitely Qatar now, 100% of the public, in general, the majority of the public in Qatar. Now, there's a few or two or three that want to give it a chance, I've heard, but in general, the vast majority of people don't want that in Qatar. Uh, and obviously, I'm going to support it because whatever the community, as Leo said it, that the community has no say in regard to this. But at the end of the day, the businesses and people who live in Qatar, it's the same in every other town. You have a say in your own town, what happens in your own town, and so they should, and rightly so. And it's up, and I say this to all the councillors too, if they're hearing this back or they listen, or they care to listen maybe for a second. They should listen to the constituents. Simple as that. They should listen to the constituents and stand with the constituents. Whatever they say goes. As simple as that. It's not up to politicians. It's not up for the NGOs. It's not up to the Department of Integration. It's up to the people of that community. Simple as that. It will be between. So, but yeah, as I say, there's going to be probably huge opposition. Yeah. But I think people have said no very overwhelming in Gatil. You know, like as I say, 45 weeks, it's a long time. People have been out every Sunday for hours and hours and hours in the piss and rain and God knows in very bad conditions and stuff. And people have old women and stuff going out. You know, like after that you're just like you know, they should listen, but the councillors would not listen. The two, but to be totally honest, and I say this straight, and I didn't mean no intelligence to the councillors and stuff. The majority of them are too afraid. They are too afraid to speak up. Like you see the one with the Fianna Fáil councillor down in Galway, he's getting howled abuse from Fianna Fáil, and Fianna Fáil are absolutely raging at him. That he's actually saying that it's the government's fault for this accommodation burning down. Now, obviously, you shouldn't burn down a place; it's against the law. But at the end of the day, he's right. It is the government because the government are not listening to the people. They're not communicating with people. They're just kind of creating this division in society, and it's not good, and it's causing lots of tension in communities and stuff. And at the end of the day, the only people to blame at the end of the day, I know people say arson's wrong and stuff like that, and so it is against the law and stuff. But at the end of the day, the people that have to get the most blame is the government, because the government are the people doing this, and they're not listening. Just ignoring people, and whoever objects to the call far right, extremist, etc., etc., etc. That's just fueling tensions. Like they're not acknowledging the problem; they're just kind of throwing insults at you, and that's not helping anybody. Literally, not helping anybody in the slightest. But in general, the councillors in Cavan, as far as I can see, a lot of them are just too afraid to say anything. Particularly with next year, because you have to remember the local authority elections is next year, and they don't want a big story in the national papers or anything that saying to object to, the accommodations and stuff. They don't want that, because they are hoping to keep their seats. So they're going to be as quiet as a mouse for the next while. But a lot of them are generally, I can tell by the way they're talking and different things about these issues. They are very afraid. Like a lot of the local councils in that area are afraid to be counted to, I suppose. Let's put that way. Oh, they just don't know what to do, I suppose. But again, at the end of the day, as was said by one councillor once, as a councillor you have collective power. Just pause this for a second. As a councillor, you have a collective power together. You have a collective power. As a councillor, you don't really have that much power. Obviously, you have the power of the electorate. How many people vote you and say you get 30,000 votes or something like that? First preference votes. You're basically speaking for them people to represent you in the local authority and to fight for your concerns and stuff like that. But as a councillor, you can do very little, I suppose, in terms of these things, and particularly when it's a government level from the department and stuff like that. But still, at the end of the day, you have a good say. You have a very, very good say. You have a voice, That's the end of the day. Yeah, you do have a voice as a councillor. But at the end of the day, it's the TDs that do really hold all the powers. The Shannon and the Dáil that have the power. And, But the councillors still have a voice. They have a mandate from the people to speak on behalf of them. You know, even though I understand the councillors can't just say no, we're not allowing this to happen, but still they have a good say in it. That's what I mean. Yeah, there'll be one member of the ballot box, and if this happens, particularly in Cotillo, it will probably see a big difference uh, in the local authority action. But we have to wait and see, suppose, how it plays out. Because it doesn't look like they're doing it right here, right now, because obviously it's going to take some time for them to sort it all out. Well, not to sort it all out, but they kind of see what's going to. They probably want to wait and see what happens. So, uh, no, so we have to wait and see. Um, so I don't know. Hmm. But definitely, just to say, I've said this before, but definitely immigration is going to be the biggest uh, debate in the country now when it comes into the local town election next year and the European elections too. It's going to be the biggest. It's going to be the biggest thing basically, immigration, along with probably housing and obviously the main things, healthcare and stuff. But it seems like immigration is just the front and center thing at the moment. Um, like it seems like there's not the base of the politicians in the next election will be able to run away. No, nobody was hurt, type, and nobody at all. We were very lucky that nobody was hurt. There's a few people frightened, but type, and nobody was stabbed or hurt. So only for that, but if he did do that, I'd say he would have been probably put in prison or put in remand. But thankfully nobody was hurt. That's the main. I said at the end of the video too. That's the main thing. That nobody was hurt, nobody was killed. Everybody was safe, even though a few people were terrified and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's better than getting a slash wound or being in intensive care. You know. So thankfully that didn't happen. Only for that I'd be singing a very, very different tune at the moment. Fundraising any amount. Which? Funding for what? Oh yeah, you're talking about funding and stuff like that. Like the majority of tiny towns fundraisings and stuff like that is not really for um the work provision sectors and stuff. As far as I'm aware, because it usually goes to the tiny towns groups. Like it's usually the government that funds it, and it's usually private businesses too. The government gives them huge grants. Like there's huge money in the refugee accommodations. The government are giving them huge contracts. Like it's insane the contracts. We're talking multi-millions euros every month for one hotel. Like like they're making money like there's no tomorrow. These hotels at the moment of the house. They're making more money now than they ever did housing tourists and stuff. I know what you're saying now. Yeah, there's no funding. Like I found this now. There was funding for the tiny towns groups. Like we did get a €2,000 grant from the Department of Rural Communications, the people over the tiny towns organization of the thing. We did get a €2,000, so in fairness, we did get something. But obviously, should be a bit more of a grant for than housing, all this. Like we're spending, I don't know how much is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong. How much is this? 100 and something million, 155 million or something a month or something like that for refugee accommodation? Is it 155 million, something like that? I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is, you could give it to other things, community groups and stuff like that. Yeah, like you know, the funniest thing you just said it there. I never I couldn't pronounce the name. It's in Irish, but uh, you know, well, you know the way they say, "Oh, there's no money for that. There's no money for this." Like I have many times we went about different things, roads and stuff like that, asking for potholes to be filled up and stuff like that, and this to be done and that to be done. You know, public works needs to be done, maintenance needs to be done on different things. And what you hear, that I tell you, the one thing is not that there's no will to do it or things that. They straight away they're like, "There's no money. There's no money to do. There's no money for this. There's no money for that." I tell you, actually, something funny. Yeah, during the summer there. So do you know the way there's community groups? What I mean by community schemes, community schemes. You often see people go out on community schemes. It's through the Department of Social Protection, like a CE scheme, a forest scheme, and stuff like that. There was a group. It's in Ballin. It was in Ballinyao in County Cavan there. They were talking to me about they were looking for a new lawnmower, like a wide-on lawnmower. And you know, there were a couple of thousand and it'd be 4,000 and for a good one. You know, you get a good decent one for 4,000 or so. And that's what they were looking for. They were looking for something for cutting the grass, especially in the summertime. They needed it because the one they had is nearly, it's God knows, it must be nearly 20 years old, and it's well battered. You know, so we put in that. I helped them put in an application form looking for money, under from the local authority for cutting the grass. You know, and things like that. Not for the petrol into it, but just for new lawnmower because the one that's 20 years old, it's out of date. It shouldn't be really be used. They need a new one because it has a lot of problems. The old one they had. And I tell you, I shit you not, the answer we got is there's no money now for it. There's no money. So come back next year, we might have money. So, and you're just like, excuse me, you know, even though you're giving fuck knows how much money to refugee settlers and stuff, there's money for that, but there's no money for a wider. Even though it's not the biggest amount, you know, it's only 4,000 at the end of the day. Even if it 3,000, they were happy enough. But you know they didn't get of it. That's what I'm saying. Like even I went and said, "There's no money. You know, there's no money. Like there must be some kind of money somewhere to get it. Like it's not like we're asking for them to build a whole country or something like that, and we're looking for billions of them. You know, they're looking for a lawnmower at maybe 3,000. You know, for a community scheme to look after the community, like to keep the grass cut in the community. And you know, they're like, no money. You know, that's so literally you're right in saying that. You know because you know I've heard it too many times. No money for this, no money for that, no money for that. Like I've heard it so many times too. Uh, uh, yeah, we probably need a list on the landlords and stuff like that, but it's relatively available. Yeah, like even St. Fitz in the Paul. Like I back years ago, I knew somebody was in St. Fitz the Paul. Back but they're dead now, but they used to volunteer at Christmas. You know, to bring hampers and stuff to people that need. But the majority of people, unfortunately, the majority of people even said it themselves around here. The people that have cows that don't need it, they don't need hampers or Christmas food, toilet paper and stuff. They don't need it. Half of the people that you know, like take for example, there's people out there suffering. A lot of people will not go and ask for help. Like even me or my family. Like if I was dying literally in the morning, I was starving to death. I simply would not go to say Fitz in the Paw to ask for help. I simply wouldn't do it. I'd rather starve. I would not do it. As it was that, and there's many people like that that simply will not ask for help, even though they're suffering. You know, and that's the majority of people in the country who need the help. You know, who need stuff. They won't look for it. But the people who have loads of stuff and they're just too mean and they won't buy it, they're the people who look for the help, even though they don't need it. You know, because your man told me many stories of him going to houses and big Christmas trees and stuff and big load of money they have and cows and stuff and big mansions and you know it's a joke. Um, you know it's not right. But I just saying in my example, like if I was in a bad way in the morning, I was basically just living on the edge. Basically, I couldn't, you know, at any moment I could be kicked out or whatever of the house or whatever. And I was starving or whatever. I wouldn't go to civets and I wouldn't go to anybody. So there's a lot of people like that, you know, and they're the people who need the help, and unfortunately, the people that don't need it get it. Unfortunately, that's the sad reality. Never voted in my life, but by God, this time I'd be waiting for them to open to vote for them vote out. A lot of them probably won't go. Like a lot of them are one in the way. You've seen at the moment. A lot of them are one in the way, particularly the European MEPs. That's the way it is. That's them. They're one in the way very quickly. They're not about. So it'll be a whole new show. Let's put it that way. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to in the local town election that's going. Because, but to be totally honest, the majority of councillors who are there at the moment know near enough where I live, and they will come and see me because I'd be asking them a few things. And I know how to annoy them. Let's put it that way. Because I know all about all the councillors around here. I know what kind of annoys them. Let's put it that way. When I ask particular questions about different things, particularly when in terms of expenses, when I question them about that, they're not very happy. So they make they make it very quick. So a lot of them kind of know where I am basically. So they won't be around here, so I won't get them. And then even if they did, they come during the day when I'm at work, so I won't come across them. You know, and probably a lot of them will not come around. Because they'll be too afraid to get an eating at the door. Like you've seen many videos online now, Sinn Féin particularly, they're getting Howard guff at the doors. You know, like they simply will not. But a lot of them probably simply will not go around. As simple as that, because they'll be getting too much guff at the door about different things. And a lot of them will not want to deal with it. As simple as that. Even though they deserve it, yeah. Like even though they do deserve it, of course. Um, one second, one second. Just to do. I put it back on the music now in 2 seconds. I don't realize I didn't put that on, but anyway, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, apologies for that. Sorry, somebody was calling and giving the Christmas card. Uh, One of the neighbours was calling to give a Christmas card. I was just going as they were going, so I just probably poked my head up to say hello, and I tagged them. Sorry about that. Apologies. So if I ever have to go, apologies. I usually try not to go during the streams and stuff, but everybody always calls. As soon as I go live, I've been sitting like literally. I could sit here all night just stare at the wall, and nobody would ring or nobody would call. And as soon as I go live, everybody rings and everybody calls and everybody does this. And then if I sit here just looking at the wall all night, nobody come. Like it's literally always the way. What is this? Ooh, what's this? But yeah, no. Like I have to keep it in mind too of that community scheme. Like I have to see about getting a lot more, or we get something for them. Like next year. So hopefully it's not be the time now to be looking for it. You have to wait until the summertime because there'll be grants for that kind of stuff. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier. They don't want you like nowadays, even in the council there. They're telling them not to cut the grass and stuff like that. Let the grass grow to keep the flowers and the wildlife and bees and stuff like that. So basically, you've probably seen a lot of areas to not cutting grass and stuff like that. And in fairness, maybe in one or two areas, like in back ends of nowhere, there's not much need to cut the grass. But along the side of ditches and roads and stuff like definitely you need to cut them. That's why there's so many accidents because the grass is that high. Like in some places the grass is that high. You wonder why. You wonder how there's accidents. You don't answer. As simply they will not give money. This was even said they don't want to give money to, for cutting grass and stuff. They simply do not want that. They want to get rid of it. So in a few years' time, you won't be allowed to cut your grass. As simple as that. Like the couch and stuff like you won't get money for new streamers. What they have at the moment is supposed to do them forever. Basically, that's what I'm gonna say. Because they don't want you to have new mowers and stuff like that. Like that's what the Green Party have done. That's why Mackie. Yeah, well, the ball seem to be well in with the good, and obviously Helen McAtee. I think that's who you're talking about. It has is interested in Tato, of course. Has a big share on the Tato here. And obviously, all of them have a big share in pharma too, and in big pharma and Pfizer and stuff like that, of course. It's all bushy because the reason why Pfizer's here and all these pharmaceutical companies is the same as the big tech platforms. Because they pay no tax. They're just kind of here on a holiday. They don't pay anything. That's as simple as that. Like they literally don't even give a cent to the country. Probably we're probably lucky. They give a cent to the politicians, but they won't give a cent to you and me. Like even Apple. Apple has the European headquarters here in Ireland, and they owe us fucking something billions euro, and the government don't want the money off them. They simply don't want the money off them in tax that they owe to the country. Billions, like I'm not talking about a million, I'm talking about billions, and they're literally going to the courts in Europe to complain to say we don't want the money. We don't want the money that they actually should be giving us in tax. We don't want it, Like what idiots do that? You know. Oh yeah, Ben Scallon. Yeah, well, they'll have a fit as soon as. But like this is the funniest thing when you see Ben Scallon coming up, and he would ask a question that literally see the terror in their faces. They can see them literally having a fit in their head, because they're literally like, oh no, here's people that are actually going to ask some questions. They're not OT. Oh no, and they all kind of run away very quickly when they see that. Um, yeah, well, it'll be soon election time. So. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what all the politicians are saying here, too. Like all the politicians, like, oh, nobody should have a say in who comes into the area and stuff. So basically, but what happens if say for example they live in a block of flats, a TD take for example, and a load of druggies move in and they're doing drugs and all, and they're playing loud music in the middle of the night. I wonder would that TD be like? We probably shouldn't let people who are disruptive into communities and stuff. It's okay when they annoy other people, but if they annoy the TDs and stuff like that, oh god, no, we wouldn't allow that. Because let's be fair, they were often the big mansion somewhere, hiding off some of the TDs. But as soon as the accommodation comes near them, I bet you any money not one TD lives near one of these refugee centres. They're all a billion miles away, you know. You know. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what I seen the video of Dan Weber there. But there's many conflicts. Just reading that back, many conflicts of interest in terms of Irish politicians. Like I said, you can write a book on it nearly. In terms of every TD, like there's many conflicts of interest. I can think about 50 of them. In terms of every TD in the country. Especially with Tato. Tato giving Helen McAtee a good few bob for a campaign and stuff like that. Tato Park and stuff will do with planning permission. There's a few skeletons in the closet. But oh yeah, they lecture you every day the TDs, but oh I know the cheek of them, yeah. Oh well, they won't be doing much lecturing soon when the election comes up. They'll be very quiet for a week or two. Um, we. Uh, yeah, O'Sheen Smith, yeah. I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. Also, I actually want to complain for a second. Would you believe that the GEA? So the head boy over the GEA in Cavan, listen to this. Listen to this. So the county board, the Cavan County Board, and the cheek of him, you know, they pause all the music here for a second. The cheek of him. He's literally like, it's a voluntary organisation, the GA, even though we got fucking a million. Every club in the country got a million from some fellow, it's a million now. But he's literally like, it's a voluntary organisation. People must give back to the community. And the same man, and let's be fair, he's not the chairman of the county board. How much is he getting? We need to ask the question. How much is he getting in money? Because let's be fair, he's not doing it for voluntary. He's not doing it for no money at all. He's doing it for money. Let's be fair. He's probably on about €200,000 a year. Like, let's be fair. He's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart, and he's literally lecturing people. You must give back to the community and stuff like that. You know. Like definitely the people over the county boards and stuff like that are getting paid. Am I right or am I wrong? People mind letting me know. Does anybody know? Like the people over the highest fellow in the county board in every county, they get. I'm presuming they get a big salary, because it's kind of a full-time job nearly. But the cheek of them, the cheek of them. And this is the same fellow, I presume. So Councillor Sarah O'Reilly into here on Cavan. Back about this time last year, actually. So there were reviews in the GA here. She asked them to do a review, basically. I talked about it in the time. Because you remember what was happening? You couldn't buy your ticket if you went to the gate of Breffney Park. You had the money in your hand. And you were giving it to them. Be like, no, we don't want it. You should pay online. We want a cashless GAA, basically. And Sarah O'Reilly was like, they should work both ways. If people want to pay online, they can, and they could go in. And then she wrote a letter to the GA, and the GA were like, we're not going to listen to a councillor. We're not going to listen to you. We're going to do a review, but we're not going to change anything. That's basically what was said. Like, it was the most awful thing they came up with, the GA. And I presume this is the fellow who made this decision. I don't know him too. I don't know much about the GA now. I'm not the biggest fan of them. Particularly the county board here in this county. I'm not going to talk too much to them. Let's put it that way. But I presume this is the same fellow that gave that response, which was very cheeky. Let's put it that way. And they said if they got any more letters, this is the best part from the council. Basically, was doing the council's monthly meeting. She raised to join the council's monthly meeting. I think it was probably November or December last year. And they said if they get any more letters from the council, this is from the local authority, they'll put them in the bin, in saying that people should have an option to use cash. And that's what was said. And this is from probably this fellow, the highest level of the GA in Cavan. They said they throw it in the bin. They can know it, and you're just like, I remember literally making that video last year. Like, it's up on my channel, but literally this is probably the same fellow. And he's going there with his high horse and he's lecturing people. And the same fellow probably wouldn't pick up a paper on the street. Let's put it that way. And I know I have to say it though, because it's the cheek of him. Like let's call it space. But we know we were talking about tiny towns earlier on too. Like, it takes a lot of commitment to do voluntary work. Like, I have a full-time job. I go out and do voluntary work and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot. And if you have small children too, imagine that. You have to do a full-time job 40 hours a week. You have to take care of the children. You have to do the housework. You have to do this, that, and the other. Like, it's a huge amount of things to multitask. And then they say to you should go out and do work for the GEA for nothing. After a full day week. If you have 2 or 3 kids, you have to look after them, bring them to school, etc., etc., do housework, do the washing, clean the clothes, whatever, clean the house, whatever. And then they like to have the cheek of you to say you should be doing more for the community and stuff like that. And them themselves probably just sitting around getting big salaries for doing feck all in the GA. Obviously, they'll be well looked after now with the extra million they're getting. Of course, they needed the money. But yeah, but I presume they're getting a lot of money out there, Sean. I presume they're getting about €200,000 a year. I presume they're getting a lot. They're not there. They're not the, Yeah, I know, but particularly with that incident last year, I took it as very fucking rude. And particularly if they said that to me, they get a different response. Like, they wouldn't want if I became a councillor if they said that to me. If you send another letter, we'll throw it in the bin. Because I wouldn't be sending the letter. I'd be going to their face and saying what I have to say to them, and be telling them straight. If I was a councillor, I'd be telling them, I'm elected by the people of this county. I have much right to give out to you as much as the next person. And so. But basically, in long story short, the county board in this county, they should be got rid of. They're a disgrace. They are simply out of disgrace. I presume now they went back on it. I think even around here, you can go to the gate basically and pay with cash. But before that, they didn't want to know about it last year. So I presume they went back on it because there was a lot of public outrage about it. But yeah, no, but just saying to the chairman of the GA here in County Board, if he wants to, if he had a full-time job, he had a 40 hour, I put him out doing sweeping the roads in the morning, and I give him 40 hours a week. And then I expect him, if he has a child and he has to bring the school and stuff like that. And then I say to him, you have to do about 10 hours a week down here at the local GA grounds, and do it for voluntary, do it for free. We're not even going to give you snacks or anything with that. We're going to make you do it for free. I'm sure straight away he'd be changing his tune. Because it's all right when we tell you to do it. It's even the same for... I know I'm on a big tangent here. But, even tidy towns, they're going out and giving up their own time. And I think it's very good for a person to give up their own time. Because, you could do endless amounts of stuff in your own time. But it's very good of a person to give up their own time to help the community, to give back to the community. And it's important to that. But at the same time, there's other parts of life than just walk and walk and walk. It's good of people to do that. And, you should be grateful for people, even if they only give it 5 minutes, and I just say it's the cheek of him. If I came across him now, I tell him he has some cheek. And I say, what's he doing? He's not doing too much to be done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this is the fucking head fellow of the county board. This is I don't know what you would call me. Whatever you call him, but there's many names you could call him. You know, so we say no more before that happens. But no, but the article's there on the Anglo side. If you look it up on Facebook, there, he's basically just saying he wants people to do things for nothing for the GA. Hello, Shawnee K. Sorry, excuse me. Sat up in the head about it. So basically they're saying here, I read a bit more of the article before. Just give me a second. Go back to everybody. Just give me a second. So he's saying at the moment, that some clubs are struggling to find officers and positions to keep the thing going, basically. But what I say to him, there's too many people. It's the same with the HSC. There's too many people at the top. Like the head of the GEA, overall head of the GEA, I think is getting $500,000 a year. So, there's big noises in the GEA. And I even say this, they have big dinners in the GEA and stuff like that. And there's huge amount of money spent in that. I could really go on. So I could really go on with the GEA if they wanted me. Yeah, GEA are just woke too. They completely just woke. I never forget last year what they said about the cashless thing. I never forget it. And I will not forgive the GA for that. Even though people say they should work both ways, and I think they have done it. But the sheer ignorance of them last year, or the year before that, I think. I don't know, it must have been last year. Because I do remember talking about it. I was very upset about it last year. Yeah, if I was a councillor, they wouldn't be saying to me, if I wrote a letter to them saying the members of the public have come to me and come to the local authority to say this shouldn't be the case, that we should have to pay online. We should, there's old men. Let's be fair, there is old men that have made the GA. Have worked tirelessly, have done football and stuff in the GA years ago, and they don't even know how to use a phone and stuff, and smartphone and stuff like that. And the only thing they know is about taking out their wallet and paying with cash. And many of them people in Cavan, even in Cavan here, they were turned away at the gate because the GA said, you have to know how to pay online through the thing. And with GA, the huge amount of money put into that, and and every day of the week they're crying to have no money. The GA, don't get me started. I could go for them. I honestly could go for them. But we say don't. I think the GA and Cavan have enough roast them tonight. But it has to be said because nobody else is going to say it. So what I say to him is he's perfectly entitled to go and do some voluntary work himself if he wishes. He can go around all the counties, all the clubs in the county, and do a bit of work for them too. He's prepared because I say he probably doesn't do a voluntary hour if it stuck him in the face. But anyway, went up in the shop. Yeah, where I was looking. Actually, funny enough, when I was waiting there, I bought the Anglo South early on. Forced them along to the reason why I bought just to see what they had to say about it. And I was looking at it before I was like it's nearly €3 for the Anglo South. £3. Good God. Could nearly buy yourself a dinner with that. and the what tree you are. Sorry, Shawnee K. I should have said load. I didn't let anybody else come in the meantime. No, but that's what I'm just saying. Because I wasn't happy when I seen that earlier on, with that. Because it's such an ignorant thing to say, to be totally honest. Like, as I say, it's very good to people. I'm sure everybody would agree. You probably see them in all your towns and communities, tiny towns, groups, going out after the hard day's walk, after coming home from work, like even myself, coming home from work and going out and doing more work for the community, for the councils and stuff like that for voluntary, for the goodness of their heart to help out the community and stuff, and that's very good. And even people that volunteer with the GEA and stuff that they get fuck all for it. Basically, they get fuck all tags from the GEA. Like they probably don't even get an acknowledgement. They'll be lucky to get the acknowledgement and thank you for doing it. But again, it's simply just being ignorant. Is the way I see it. Because he doesn't understand. People have lives. People have families. I know a young lad that has two children. He's only about 22. He has two children. And he has a full-time job. He's to try and keep them on the go. He's to try and pay the bills. Like how is he supposed to find time? To fucking help the GEA and then do that. And what's he supposed to do? Like people don't have time. There's more to life nowadays than just fucking walking all the time. Basically, that's what I'm saying. And they don't seem to get that, but yeah, well down, yeah, but people are just the ticket prices is putting people off. They are, and it's not even that. It's a big change in GA culture nowadays. It's a big change. The ticket prices is certainly one thing. Years ago you wouldn't have paid as much nowadays, but it's generally to do with many things. I just think people are not too fond of the GA, like the GA much more, using some of the confirmation money. Indeed. The poor woman was looking at me very harshly when I gave her the paper and had the hand in the €3. It took an hour for me to get it out. So, anyway, we went over. I say I'll be getting notice from the county board tomorrow to complain. Which I'll see. But that's just my opinion, and I'm perfectly entitled to, because the GA is majority funded too by the government. The government give them huge grants. So, and even local authorities give them huge grants for different football pitches and stuff. So I'm perfectly entitled as a citizen in the country that pays my taxes to question what they're saying, etc., etc., etc. But I just thought I'd mention that because I thought it pure ignorant. That's what I say. And I say straight. And it's up on the Anglo South's Facebook page, just to say. But, yeah, there shouldn't be such a thing as a newspaper nowadays. It should be just an online articles and stuff, and people can pay to subscribe to it and stuff. Like, not only is it a waste of paper, because the majority of people, like that newspaper, the Anglo South, just buy. I might keep it for a week and then fuck it out into the bin, and that'll just it could end up being recycling and stuff like that. But it's just kind of throwing out, and it's just a waste of paper, and they're all complaining about the environment and the newspapers. The ironic thing is here. Every newspaper, like climate change and stuff, we had to save the Amazon and stuff like that, even though we're fucking chopping down the Amazon to produce these papers, so they're great people. Like even in the UK they'd be cheaper, but over here they're just what to whip you off. It's that, and for all that's in it. Mickey Martin's not happy at the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Even OT, they sold the sower. OT just kind of fucked it off to Sky News. They sold it off for some big contract. Nowadays, they get it hard to see a match. Like TG Cahill does a lot of GEA and stuff like that, in fairness to them. But OT, the national broadcaster, they're just utterly refusing to show any matches for the GEA and stuff like that. They're not that they're utterly refusing, they just don't want to show it. Because they get a big load of money from Sky News. They can outsource it to Sky News and stuff and get big fucking money. It's all about the money. And they simply do what people watch it for nothing. That's what I'm saying. They'll be afraid of people not paying their TV license and watching it. Like they'll be quiet. They literally would sell their soul if they got away with it OT. Well, they already did so. They don't have much of a soul left. But you know what I'm saying. Like they simply do not like it. Like they simply get it hard to show the All Ireland final now. If they got away with it, they probably wouldn't show it. And they'll probably be like, unless you pay your TV license, we're not going to show you it. Like I could see them doing that soon. Like any important effect or into that, they'd be like, unless you pay your TV license and show us evidence, we're not going to let you watch the telly. You know, they're probably going to have some kind of thing. Unless you scan your phone, you have to scan your. I don't know. You know, but it's the after you're not happy, but they still watch it. Like the new legislation that's going through at the moment in relation to TV licenses. Even if you don't have a TV, if you have a computer, if you have any kind of device that's connected to the internet and watch stuff on it, this is the legislation at the moment. What they want to try and bring in, and I haven't brought it in yet, but they probably will, because OT is going very quickly. They're like the Titanic at the moment, they're sinking by the head, and go just straight away going straight down. But you know, they should have a GA channel, but free to air. But you know, we all know OT don't want to do that. You know, we couldn't do that. People actually enjoy watching OT. You know, they actually enjoy watching the football and stuff like that. But you know, it doesn't look OT be around for much longer. Another 10 years to be gone. It's about that. Like only for the government giving them another 65 million there a few weeks ago. You know, they probably would be gone by now. They'd be in austerity. Like they are in austerity at the moment. That they get rid of loads of people and they have to cut, God forbid, First City down to 3 days a week. It's a terror. Who's Joe Witt? And see, I'm so up in the head about different things. Oh yeah, well I'm just saying they got me whiz up on the scene about the GA. That's what happened. See, I could say a lot more. I could get very annoyed at some points if I really wanted to. See, I try and control myself sometimes. See, I could just literally shout on the phone every 10 seconds. But you know, I try and be orderly about this stuff. Even though I felt obliged just to kind of give them an E. Oh, right, she's one of the mayor. I didn't know that. See, I'm away with the fairies. But long story short is, yeah, that's it. Like it's like I don't even know what to say. I don't answer. I kind of warned myself out what I was going to say. But no, definitely. Uh, I mean the Ukraine. Sorry, excuse me. I completely forgot what I was going to say. See, I went on for this is the problem when I go on for too long and then I get like Joe Biden. I forget what I'm saying. I just go on a huge tangent and afterwards I forget what I was going to say. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, that's that. Uh, oh yeah. So I don't know this out. I know people probably won't watch OT because it's that shit. Um. Yeah, a family from Virginia on County Cavan won Ireland's Fittest Family the other day. So congratulations to them. Seen it on Twitter there. They won it from Virginia. Family from Virginia. They did very well. I've seen a few clips on it on Twitter. So fair play to them, just to say. Yeah. Um, did it, what's this now? Ooh, what's this? So yeah, just seen this article too. So Cavan has a high level of reoffenders, the people on the probation and stuff. I haven't heard. No, I haven't heard yet. On the bonus video. Aye. So apparently that's so. I can't say for certain that it is true that Cavan has reoffenders for people on probation. So, also, just randomly here, apparently Carol Nolan, the independent TD, the World Independent, so apparently her birthday is today, so very happy birthday to Carol Nolan. Just see that there, just said I let you know it's of national importance that I tell you about this. Listen to this now for a second. So this is just after coming in from Kinlanleck in County Cavan, from Garda O'Connor. So they stopped the car outside Kinlanleck village in County Cavan. The person was driving without insurance, right? Without a driver's license. He fed a drug and drink breathalyzer and whatever you call it, the thing that if it's stick or whatever for drugs and stuff like that. So he paid that. So he's pretty fucked. He's pretty fucked because he has no insurance, no license. He's drunk. He has fucking drugs. He's pretty fucked. Let's put it that way. So just to say, he's not having a nice day. The jails are full, I know. But so the reason why the jails are full, this is another rant. We have to just announce the elephant in the room. They're putting people to prison. If you steal a box of mattress in the shop tomorrow, they throw you in prison. They simply will. And if you kill somebody in the street, they give you a medal. It's simple, and they let you out. Like, that's what's happening now. The people that are in prison, the majority of people, they don't need to be there. Simple as that. Like, apparently you can go around nowadays in the country with a meat cleaver and you get off with it. You're just allowed to go out and bail and that's fine. Apparently, allegedly, but it seems to be the case. But, it's plain and simple that half of the people that are there don't need to really be in prison. Obviously, if you commit a serious crime, you should be there. But the people that should be there, but the people who just, I don't know, won't pay the TV license and end up in prison should probably not be in prison. If the crime's not bad, like if you're causing no harm to another person or whatever, you should get community service or something like that. Say you don't pay your, I don't know, your road tax or whatever, you get community service or something. You shouldn't really go to prison. Like, that's how it happened. People go to prison for these things. Like, it's stupid, but it does happen. So, where is that joke there? So, yeah. Yeah, you're off to prison if you do that. You're a dead man if you say that. Especially with the bringing this hate speech legislation to be people going in every 10 seconds to prison. The prisons will definitely be full up then with the bringing this hate speech legislation. But they'll lock you up for 5 years, as Helen McAfee said. So that's what they're going to do, probably. So, but at this point, just talking about Elon Musk and stuff like that, like, I don't know what the state's goal is here. Because obviously he's went this far now, in not pushing his contempt. Like, he's not going to do it anytime soon because he doesn't seem to be that bothered that they've thrown him in prison. So he's not going to go back in the now. So basically, he's hellbound to just, he's going to be there probably for a long time. Let's put it that way. But I don't know what the government strategy is here because it's only looking bad on them that they're sending the man to prison for this. So I don't know what the end strategy is for the government here or the courts, because they simply cannot throw him in prison forever. At this stage, he must be in nearly 2 years at this stage, in and out of prison, but he's been in for the last while. Like, they simply cannot do that forever. Like, let's put it that way. Like, eventually they have to just kind of give in and say this is pointless. The government, well, not the government, but the justice system. If that makes any sense. nearly 8 o'clock. So I don't know what's going to happen anyway there. Yeah, like he's strong-minded. That's what I'm saying. Like I think if they set him in the prison for another 2 years, he still wouldn't do a Portuguese contempt. So they literally cannot do it forever. Basically, they can't keep him in prison forever. So it's just when would the state kind of back down from it? Because he's held bound not to do it. Let's put it that way. And it's only making the government, like the justice system, look bad. Because let's be fair, somebody literally went around the town with a meat cleaver, and who knows if he's going to go to prison or not, because he's out in bail at the moment, as I say. So apparently he can go around with knives and stuff. Oh, I know, but there'll probably be even bigger loopholes in years to come now. But all these loopholes nearly seem to be intended to be done. Like I don't know how they would mix these up. I don't know how they, like usually when they're thinking of legislation and stuff like that there's huge scrutiny and stuff with it. So I don't know how they never foresee it, and especially because all these people, they all know what they're doing. I suppose I can't say they don't know what they're doing. You disingenuous. Oh no. So excuse me. So I had a flute on the go. Hear this now. Listen to this. Sorry, just give me a second. Listen to this. So I'm just after seeing on Twitter here. It's from the Inside Paper. So it's a verified account on Twitter. You know. Uh, Study claims humans may be fueling global warming by breeding. So basically, when we're breeding here now, they're saying just holding your breath. So what do they want people to do about that? Like what? Also, apparently Neo Faraka too was pranked by a crowd of Russian pranksters. So he's probably pretty pissed at the moment. Hmm. Having tea, sounds having tea. Sorry, I went on the tangent there for a second. So what was that? Oh, in the picture, yeah, I can get it for you downstairs. Give me a second. Not far. Here, give me 2 seconds. It was, yeah, I would annoyed him some videos. So yeah, so it is 330. I didn't know it's 330 euros. 330 basically. The price of the Anglo South. So it's on the second page of the Anglo South. I don't know. I try and. Ooh, you know what I do? Fuck that bit over. I don't know. You probably wouldn't be able to see it. It's this article here. You see where the word is there. It's probably upside down. Here, do you know what I do? Give me a second. I'll do something better. Let me see. Give me a moment. Oh, I'll show what kind of here. See, mind, I don't know if you can see it from. Do you have it on the floor? So I suppose screenshot it if you can. That's probably the best you're going to get, I suppose. So it's not that big of an hour. Like, it's only a bit, but it tells you basically a good bit. I don't know. So yeah, just screenshot that and because it's how to show a newspaper, anything in paper, stuff like that. It's how to show. We should do the Anglo Seven for View every week. And obviously it says that the scout set though and stuff in Castle Saunders and until that's on the front page. But yeah, no, I thought it'd be the front page thing, but you want the last paragraph here. So yeah, you probably couldn't see with the light. So I read it out. So we can. So both charges relating to the offence, which occurred in Church Street in Cavan Town, there were no injuries reported to the Garda Sín O'Connor. Later, a statement issued to the Anglo South, as a result of his appearance at the Cavan Quinborough Court on Saturday, Mr. whatever, has been remanded on bail to appear at a sitting of Cavan District Court in early the new year. Excuse me. So that must mean after New Year's Day, anyway. So it'll be definitely sometime in January. That makes any sense. I don't know, because it's best I can show in it. But it's just hard to kind of. So that's all it says by the end of it. It's then the first few paragraphs is the most important in it. But it says very little detail, basically. It just kind of tells you. That's what it is. Which is much as I thought, I didn't think they would tell you at all. Like, to be totally honest with you, I might be honest. I didn't think they were going to say anything at all. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that community watch thing we do. Something about a suspicious cow or something. It's not here, but it's in the neighbouring parish, up in Milltown or something like that. We're just telling me about it. So I think I'm Garda Sín O'Connor on the way, as far as I know. I'll find out later on about what happened, what's going on. The Garda are going to investigate. So I've been told. So we see what's happening there. Funny enough, we're talking about crime and stuff like that, and yet again, this is it was nothing just suspicious activity. So apologies for that. Sorry. Oftentimes people ring about different things and stuff. If any person that's not an Irish citizen commits a crime, and it shouldn't, like, first of all, if they come in illegally and they don't have their documents, they don't have permission to be here, they shouldn't be here. The boat's there. Simple as that. It's simple as that. If you don't have permission to be here, and if you're going to cause trouble, the boat's there, the plane's there, off you go. Because in the majority of their countries where they're coming from, if they committed a crime, like even take for example in Saudi Arabia and stuff, if you steal something, you have no hand, So in the majority of these countries they're coming from, you wouldn't get off for what they're doing here. Oh, am I missing something now? Though? Hello, you. Sorry, I meant to say it. I don't know what to say. Hello, sorry. That phone call popped me off. Apologies for that. But yeah, so that's all. That's all said in the Anglo said about it. So yeah, just what actually fucking pause music. Sorry, keep pausing. But so there was an incident there the weekend too, in Ballyjames, in County Cavan. A domestic violence incident. Obviously, a man from Gallup and Connor was injured. I think he hurt his leg or something. I'm not too sure now. I'll just read up on that now. Oh no, it was his hand. The girl was even injured to his hand. Yeah. Uh, so obviously, we hope for that girl does recover uh, as quick as possible. I think he broke his hand or broke a finger. And obviously, whoever the person is, it seemed like he's beating his wife or something. So hopefully they deal with it. Hopefully he doesn't get remanded on bail too. How long am I live? I'm live. What time was it? What time did I go live? At 6:30, wasn't it? I'm forgetting what the other video is. We'll be here for another few minutes and we're not go yet. I put back on the music for a few minutes. I'd see I've gotten too big of a lecture there for a long time. The code section. Oh, and I don't read the code. I was reading a bit earlier on. I was reading something else. Where was that? Like, I do read the code section. It's important to know what's going on. Like, I was reading about this. So they're going to talk to Imn and Ryan. I know, I'm talking to Imn and Ryan, wow. But they're talking about, what was it? They're talking about, what the fuck do you call it? They're talking about the roads, basically. They're looking for more money for the roads. The council. So they want to talk to Minister Imn and Ryan after the new year about it. So we probably fall asleep, but sure, I was kind of laughing at that a bit. That, he'd be like, we don't want roads, we need bike lanes. That's what he's going, like 100%. Just before I send this, but 100%. They'd be like, we need money for roads because some of the roads are falling to bits. And guess what he's going to say? Think about it. Think about it, lads and lassies. No, he won't say lads and lassies, but he'd be like, think about it. We could go carbon neutral by 2030 if we get rid of all the cows. We need electric stations. Think about it. Here's all the money for electric cow stations, but there's no money for the bed and roads. But here's for electric cows. You can put new electric fucking charging machines on the place. And bicycle lanes. That's what he's going to be like. Here's money for bicycle lanes instead of the roads. Here's 100 billion for bicycle lanes. You can bicycle around the whole place. But there's no money for the roads, unfortunately. It's only what we say we want, So, I have to say not much going to come out of that today. Because, Imn and Ryan, I don't know. I don't think he's with it half the time. I don't know what's happening there yet. I think the European Courts of Justice or whatever's happening, the Human Rights Courts or whatever, is having a bit of a nuisance. So yeah, no, I read a bit more of the Anglo side too, just to see. So they are talking too. I read about this too. They're talking about Shane P. O'Reilly used to be in Fianna Fáil. He's independent now. We're talking about it out in Whitegate. So I think people would know if they go to Dublin, if they pass through Cavan and go to Dublin Whitegate. There's a junction in Whitegate. It's on the main road going out of Cavan. I know before anybody makes a joke. Yeah, going out of Cavan Whitegate, it's the last village based in the county before you go into County Meath. So basically, when you go through Virginia, you have Whitegate then. And so basically, there's a junction there, and I mean it's literally a death trap because there's hedges, there's there's very little room for people to maneuver in cows, and then to make it worse, there's a bus stop there too. So for people getting out, say, for being dropped off, they're taking their lives in their hands. If they say, for example, their father or whoever is dropping them off, they were going to the airport or something like that, and getting the bus right at the bus stop. And if they're going to take out the suitcase, the car could go slamming into the back of them, and many could be dead. No, because it has happened. So something have to be done about that pretty quickly. Let's get on. But as I say, guess what they said? Because it was supposed to be done long ago. There was there's no money for it. And that's what was said. We said we have to wait until next year. There's no money. Oh, we know, but him and Ryan is, that's what he's going to say when he comes. He'd be like, electric cars, So I'd be laughing. He'd fall asleep, but you'll look at him. Interesting. This is an interesting story. So there was not a Ukrainian. Sorry, I mean Iraq. Sorry, I mean So this happened in Ballyconnor a few weeks ago. So they found 50k of cannabis and drugs and stuff in a house, and basically, long story short, I don't know how much it's worth. Oh, it'd be 50k. It'd be 50,000. Yeah. How would be fucker? So yeah, he's a Lithuanian national, and he describes himself as a gardener. Yeah, good. Very good. That's that. Right. We're not looking at any more of the Anglo South this week. Because it'd be just so war if I did. I'd be picking fights with everybody this week. We drive everybody to fucking insanity this week. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing? How's she going? We wrapping a few presents while listening to me, Ryan. Oh no. You'll be sending one to the GA in Cavan, I think. The poor fellow, the head of the GA here. He's down bad to see him. He's down bad. We won't be that long anyway, just to say to people, we're not stay too much longer tonight. Because we end up in a while. No, you're not going to do it. Jeez, that's awful. After him saying he needs people to volunteer and stuff like that. I'm only joking, you don't mind. I'm only joking. I'm just gonna, poking at the GA a bit more. Because inevitably there's going to be a phone call tomorrow to give out about what I said. Inevitably. So, I look forward to that. Because it's happened before. so I say we get a nice phone call tomorrow. I tell them I send you workouts. It's an awful fucking miserable evening. It's windy as fucking, it's raining. Excuse my French. So yeah. But just to say to people, we are happy with I know somebody wanted to see the article. We're all happy with it. We're all good. We've seen everything. Anyway, you probably can get it later on, if not. See, it's hard enough to take a picture of So just check and see. I don't think they released it online, as far as I know. Not that I know of, anyway. It's too late and I want a number. What? Don't be Guinness. Do you know what Rockstar Games needs to do, actually, speaking of Guinness and the Guinness Book of World Records? Do you know what they need to do? They need to make a Grand Theft Auto, Cavan. Also, Toki's not taking any shit at the moment, just to say. So, an OnlyFans model, somebody that does OnlyFans, Toki has banned OnlyFans at the moment. So they've arrested the one that's been still on OnlyFans. So, it's not going well for him. Christmas trees, a Christmas tree. Dun, 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 dun. No, not Cavan OnlyFans. We don't want a Cavan OnlyFans. No, we're not allowing that. I was just saying about Talk. Yeah, I'm not saying we should have one in Cavan. No, we'll not do that. Obviously, the Irish government probably should follow suit, but sure, we won't do that. Like, literally here, what they're trying to do, they're literally trying to promote prostitution and stuff, the Irish government. Like, before anybody fucking says, whoa, that's an awful statement to come out with, you know, they literally are. Like, they literally, I've heard people for profit and Sinn Féin before say about sex workers. They want to legalise sex workers and to make it an industry. And you're just like, what? You know, you're just like, what? You know, I've heard them before literally saying it. So, you know. Only cans, oh no. I've no, but see, this is the best thing about Cavan. If we started the Cavan OnlyFans, if women started it, they wouldn't get any money from people in Cavan. It'd be gone within a week. Like, you know, it'd be desperate. It'd be desperate now. Oh, yeah. So, just to say, no, thank you, no, we don't have that. What was I going to say? So Tinder, you know Tinder, the thing, I just seen this on Twitter earlier on too, and I was like, wow, people must have money, you know. Like, they've released their tier, you know, the way you can do tiers and stuff like that for different sites and stuff, you pay so much a month. It's like Netflix or something like that, right? You have to pay 500 please a month if you go for that tier. 500 a month for Tinder. Yeah. I don't know who the what fucking they pay 500 a month, you know. But sure, more power to them, I suppose. Try to. What? Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I was going to say something I probably shouldn't say. Very bad cough these days. Yeah, probably will, literally, I'll probably send it to the iPods. Like, people, but like, who's real nowadays? Like, we don't know who's real. Like it would like I seen a video, must have been last week or so, and it was off some, don't know, it was some politician in Japan or something like that, someone like that, Korea or someone. It wasn't the prime minister; it was some politician like in the government. It wasn't a minister or something like that. And it was a deep fake kind of thing. It had his voice, not like it was an AI basically, just doing his voice, and had his image and stuff, his mouth moving. Like it was kind of like a real thing, to be totally honest. And I was scooped by it only before I seen the community post then saying, "No, this is actually false, because X, Y, and Z." Uh, you know, you know, because this is disinformation. But that's what I'm saying. Like in a few years' time, we won't be able to tell what's real and what's fake. Like it's got to that point. Well, AI has just got so advanced that you simply will not be able to tell who's who. Combination. Yeah, but that's what's happening. Like it's literally insane. Like Chat PTT too is just insane. Like I never used, but I've seen people do videos on it and stuff, and it's just insane. It's too advanced. It's far too advanced for humans. Like obviously you need some kind of AI, but not to the way it's nearly as powerful as humans and stuff like that. The mind of a human, like it's something nearly out of the Terminator, and it's scary to take of it, yeah. And so I don't know. Joe Biden. Also, bad news for Joe. It's Joe. It's Joe for at the moment for Joe. He's literally like this is insane. But in the poll, Kamala Harris is more popular than Joe Biden. Just and the only thing Kamala Harris has ever done is kind of said about electric school buses. Like this is literally the only thing she says about electric school buses. And when somebody asks a question, just laughs at her. And that's basically Kamala Harris. That's a whole political career in a nutshell. That's basically it. That's the second in command of the United States, just to say. So, the leader of the free world, as we often hear. Actually, speaking of dinners and stuff like that, no, she actually wasn't out. We have to get a community post moderator on here of Twitter. Actually, Aaron Only is making a false accusation here. That's what the community post would say. Tony Blair didn't invade Iraq. Tony Blair got me there for a second. He got me. He didn't like the way I said invade Iraq. They're just like it's the NGOs that have me. What am I doing here? Hello, please. Thank you. Can I see this thing, please? Hello, Cavan Imn. Yeah, come with it. Your woman and them were having a nice meal there the other day. That was yesterday. They had a nice meal. Your woman was there and only too. Your woman, the one that's wonderful president, Ly Anderson. Your woman was there. Jesus, it must be great. But they had a nice meal and stuff. So that's what they were. So I don't think there's anything happening with the Tony Blair Institute. I think Tony Blair's too mean. He'd be too busy invading Iraq. I sorry. I mean the Ukraine. I mean weapons of mass destruction, of course. What? I thought something blew up or something. No, but I'm just saying that's your woman on the go. So, your woman was there. What is this? Who's the big ton? Oh no, don't say that now. Who's this now? 10,000. I lost the will to read that. Dear principals and what lottery? Who's talking about school lotteries? What is this shit? I don't know. Something about school lotteries. But all of them used to be in the coalition government, basically. So the kind of coalition, Joe Tanner's coalition. So they were leaders of different organizations. Oh no, I don't love things like now. It's all fake news. I all know it's all perpetrated by the Russians, of course. It's Russian NGO. The Russians are trying to destroy democracy. They're trying to forward democracy. You've seen what happened to Pro Leo. Russian comedies were trying to infiltrate Irish democracy. It should not be tolerated. We want nothing to do with the backwards idea of sovereignty. We're fully committed to the European Union and to the World Economic Forum, of course. Allegedly. Just to say, allegedly. Excuse me. Sorry, I turned it to me how mountain there, excuse me. Yeah, it's all Russian disinformation. Yeah, I pull out that. It's all Russian disinformation. It's Putin, just to say. It's Putin. Putin's to blame for this. Just pull out the Irish government's cow. Just blame everything on Putin. So, oh no, I'm getting dogs abuse. We soon have to go here because I'm getting dogs abuse. I have to bring Helen McAtee and ask for the anti the bill that we need for criticising Finnish politicians. They're going to bring that forward to the Oireachtas. It's an urgent bill. It has to be signed very quickly by the president. Oh no, that sounds pretty dangerous, Sean. Now that's a huge accusation you're making now. Allegedly, you should use too. In case you get sued. Dogs abuse? No, it is dogs abuse. It's cats and dogs abuse and alligators and snails and leprechauns. Not leprechauns, but iguanas. And reindeer and sleighs and whatever. We have another few minutes then. Oh, so you wouldn't want to be in Helsinki, just to be, I don't know who brought up Helsinki a few minutes ago. Well, it was Aaron only. You wouldn't want to be there today because I think it's minus 15 or so. So, it's pretty cold in Helsinki at the moment. So I wouldn't if I was going there. And literally the whole Baltic Sea is just kind of frozen because it is Finland after all. It is in the North Pole. It literally is the Homo Santa Claus. It is literally at the North Pole. Lapland and all that. It's a very northern country. So if you want to get cold, perfect time to go to Finland. And also the happiest country in the world, of course. Under Helen McAtee is bringing legislation forward to the Oireachtas now. Good woman herself, to support Helen McAtee in her fight against Russian disinformation, slander on a former Prime Minister's character. It's atrocious. That's why we're bringing it forward to the House of the Oireachtas. The Oireachtas is going to vote it in. This is emergency sitting of the Dáil tomorrow. They're going to make sure this doesn't be tolerated in the live streams on YouTube. They're going to get the Ministry of Truth established. They're going to go the full 9 yards. So imagine if they did now, and imagine if they did actually go and do that. They said we're going to go the full 9 yards and do what this fellow said. Open the net now. Who knows? Limit and freedom for the greater good, indeed, as the Green Party would said. It's for the greater good. But who's the greater good? Who does it benefit? Nobody ever asked these questions. They just kind of let her go on, and then they never really said who's the benefit and what's the greater good, etc., etc., etc. It's never a good time when you hear politicians come out. It's all for the greater good. But who is the greater good? What is the benefit? And the media never asked this question. What the fuck does that even mean? But no, it's all crickets. Well, it wasn't crickets. A lot of people online made fucking hell of it. Oh yeah, I know who she is then. Yeah, Pauline O'Reilly. I know who she is. Yeah, I don't think I know. It's literally something she pulled out of the 1930s. You know, it's all for the. That's what Stalin said too. It's all for the greater good. We're putting you in the gulag for the greater good, and that's what they said when they took went into people's house and took them by took them out in the middle of the night and shot them, all for just being traitors to the state. It's for the greater good. It's for the Soviet Union. Yeah, I'll come with it. Yeah, come on. Sorry, I'll come with that. That's German. Apparently, Russians are Germans. So just to put like an example. But again, they never mention who's the greater good. What's the greater good? That's why we need a certain Finnish woman here. It's very clear enough. But I take that brown envelope. Thank you very much. So I know, but it couldn't be as bad. Whatever about Ireland, we couldn't be as bad as the Soviet Union. Because literally people were just being shot fucking for anything. Like people didn't even do anything and the NKVD just went in and shot them. Just because Stalin wanted numbers of people being killed. Like for God's sake, he actually killed half of his generals and members of the Navy, admirals and stuff like that. He literally just shot them all. Like he killed half of the Soviet generals and stuff. For no reason, just because he didn't want anybody challenging them, and he just killed fucking an endless amount of people and sent so many people to the gulags. Even if you just, I don't know, looked the wrong way or something like that, but sent you to the gulag. It was just an orgy of. I don't know if I'm allowed to say an orgy, but it was just. It was no overwhelming amount of violence. I retract that statement. That's a most unparliamentary language. What was I going to say? Yeah, I see a lot of like AI generated things with the Austrian Pato. In terms of singing songs and stuff like that, it's AI generated and stuff. So I don't know. I've just seen that. I've seen a lot of it recommended to me. Yeah, holy night. I suppose you could hear it over me giving a fuck. Excuse my language. On most unparliamentary language. I will probably another few years off before that happens anyway. Well, Hungary and Poland are kind of sticking it to them a lot. So, it's not looking busting. And particularly in the Netherlands now, it's not looking busting for them either. Like, it's not looking busting for the European Union either, like at the moment, in terms of that. So, they're not too happy about it. It's not going well for them, basically. Wished. It's the GA. Oh no. Oh no. It's the NGOs that are after me. I always knew the day would come. I knew it was coming for me. Oh no, sorry. It's my check from the Finnish government, of course. Very handy to have, thank you. Of course. German card, or no? Also, the president released his speech today. I think. Yeah, I think it was during this. It wasn't. No, it wasn't during the First World War. No, never mind. Sorry, I think I'm thinking of me now. I think the president released his speech today. Yeah. Yeah, they were singing, yeah, during the First World for 1914 or so. That's when the war started. The Christmas truce and stuff. Dun, dun. Which, oh yeah. I'm just trying to think. I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, so we're not staying much longer. We're only staying for another minute. Something else I was going to mention there, but I had to try and remember what I was going to say. Because I was going to say it and then leave it there. Because I think I wanted them waved enough tonight, I think. I'll try and find it here. Because it was something I seen there, and then I was like, I'll go back to it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, what have we done? Yeah, just give me a second. So, yeah, I'm just trying to take this. Uh, yeah, there's apparently info. I do actually, I'm actually not going to say anything because it's not 100% confirmed. So hold that thought out. Yeah, it must have been, yeah, because I remember during the First World War we learned in the school they sang at Christmas tree in 1914. It was the Germans that started singing first, and then the British. They played a game of football and stuff like that too. What am I thinking in life? It was something that somebody showed me earlier on. Give me 5 seconds. So this is from the Irish Independent. So just give me a second, trying to explain it. Because I only briefly heard about this the other day. No, no, it was the other day. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was the other day. Yeah, it must have been. So yeah, I do feel. I will say this. It's to do with the landlord. We have talked about this many times. But this is to do with a Cavan man. I'm not going to mention his name. He might not want to be. He was been named in this article, but we're not mentioned just because. Uh, so he's the father of one, right? So first of all, I understand. Uh, So the landlord wants to sort them with an eviction notice. So basically, what of the increase is wet by €250 a month. Uh, yeah, there would have been a lot of you could. So he works in the community. I was talking earlier on about the community scheme. He works in one of them, which is not that big of money. Like on full time in the community scheme, would it be about 350 or 400 a week, which is not that much, for especially because you do 40 hours a week. It's not that much. You basically get a bit, maybe more than the minimum wage. Uh, so to seek emergency accommodation. So yeah, he's going to try and seek emergency accommodation. So what I gather here, obviously the landlord first of all has been greedy. So I would say he's probably paying 100, or maybe he might be paying 200 already, and he's increasing it to €400 a month, which is insane. Does it say how many bedrooms and stuff like that? It's a 2-bedroom apartment, so it's just a kind of apartment. It's not even a house. Not good enough. It's simply not good enough. What's happened here with this landlord? You shouldn't do this, to be totally honest. Especially because, again, the landlord should know that he simply cannot afford it, and especially as a young child, he said he's on his own. Especially on the community scheme, he wouldn't have the money to be paying an extra €200 a week, 250 a month a week, excuse me. You'd be lucky to, after you pay your bills and stuff, you'd be lucky to have €100 left. He's back. Yeah, a lot of Irish people died in the First World War too. Oh, so he is paying 600 a month. He's paying 600 now. It's going up to 850. Oh my god, that's a big increase. Like 600 alone for a 2-bedroom apartment, probably with a title and stuff, but it's not much. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. To be totally honest with you, I do feel sorry for this man and his child. I presume he said he contacted Pauline Tully, the TD via the Sinn Féin TD. But I presume he'd be able to get him out. He'd be able, the council be able to get him a hotel room if he does get kicked out. Hopefully, maybe the landlord might reconsider. Hopefully so. Hopefully, but I don't know. But hopefully he will reconsider the landlord. Especially because he's paying 600 as it is. Like why would he want 850 a month? The landlord's just being greedy, to be told. Like he's paying it for a long time, he says. So, he should be happy enough with the 600. We'll see what happens. But look at the lads and lasses. I think we'll leave it there because we're nearly here for 3 hours at this stage. We're here a long time. Let's put that way. Oh, I'm knocking the place. So, yeah, anything else to say before we go? Any more things to say? Take out that for a moment. Ooh. Anything else before we go? No last words, no final words. No, that's a one. He signed up to fight. Couldn't tell you. I presume probably maybe. It was good. It was a good stream. We talked about a good bit. I know I got a bit excited, a bit right through it. I actually got pure mad for a few minutes. I kind of went balls to the wall a while ago. When I was particularly talking with the G, I kind of went on a tangent, like literally on a tangent. We phone call tomorrow. I say from the GA to complain because they done it one time before. Well, not one of them. Was one of the members here, but sure, look, we deal with it if he comes quiet with it. It's on the community. It's on the Santa on the tree. What? He asked me the tree. Oh, you want to see the tree? I'll show you a picture of the tree. But Santa's not on the tree, unfortunately. We're not in the game, of course, in the game. Uh, eh, there we are. If it would load, Tyke, please. I hate them. There we are. Here's the tree. I don't know if you can see. It's on the community post. It'd probably be better to see it there. But it's the tree in the fire. Oh no, walking around with that, I don't know. Oh no, here's the dog's views again. Here, I'm going to go and call Helen McAtee at the moment. So Helen McAtee, will she lock you up for 5 years? So look forward to seeing Helen McAtee at your door this evening. So I'm only joking, just to say, in the game, of course. So yeah, take care, everybody. I'll talk to you later. And well, actually, one more thing, actually, one more thing. So yeah, you email me later on, Sean. I've actually forgot all about it. I only talked about that there. I just actually get onto my thing now. Doesn't here? So you can email it later on, and I get to. It should be there, hopefully. If I get it posted tomorrow morning, it should be there now. And then I just get my, just to have it open my email. So we leave it there for the moment. Thank you, everyone. So I talk to you then. I appreciate it as always. We'll probably be back Saturday now. So yeah, we'll be back Saturday now. So we talk a bit more about Christmas then. Good night.